Hello everyone, Harry Baldock here, editor at Total Telecom. Here at MWC 2022, one of the main themes has been sustainability and how telcos can really reach the challenges of energy consumption that the entire industry is facing right now. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Hervé Suquet, the VP of Energy for Orange Group, and he's here to tell us about Orange's strategy and how they're tackling this energy challenge. Hervé, thanks for joining us. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I'm Hervé Suquet, I'm VP Energy for Orange, in charge of the energy, which means that I'm reporting both to the finance team and to the CSR team, which is quite important, and it shows the importance of energy, both in terms of cost perspective and in terms of carbon perspective. In Orange, we have an ambitious strategy. We want to reach net zero carbon by 2040, and for this, I'm driving strong with all the group in reaching this success.
Thanks, Hervé. Please join me and we'll head towards the extended reality studio. Faced with the increase in data energy costs and growing data traffic, what's the energy efficiency program that Orange Group has put in place to achieve your target of net zero carbon emissions by 2040?
Yes, on the road to our 2040 net zero carbon objective, we have defined intermediate objective for 2025. It's to reduce our Scope 1 and Scope 2 carbon emission by 30% compared to 2015, ensures that 50% of our group electricity will come from renewable. The key first step is to create a common awareness across the group on the energy equation. The energy equation enables everyone to understand what is our challenge and how we are driving them. On average, energy usage is 7% vehicle, 30% tertiary buildings, and 80% technicals. On this component, we have to work upon, and hence we need a transversal company actions. If nothing is done on technical side, network and IT energy usage tend to be proportional to traffic. And in fact, you know that traffic is growing over 30% a year, which means that if we don't do anything, we have a problem. As such, the first key element is to ensure we constantly improve in our energy efficiency. Less energy for the same usage. The second key element is to master the nature of the energy we are using. For a given energy usage, we have to minimize the CO2 generation. And last but not least, the third element is driven by our sourcing action, which influence both the nature of energy and the cost of. This last point needs a strong learning curve because energy used to be a no-choice commodity. It was not a question on the table. We buy energy for as a main energy supplier point. Now we are in a new world. Energy is a dynamic market. So we have to build an energy sourcing strategy using tools like PPA, ESCO, Solar as a Service to ensure long-term energy sourcing and long-term green energy sourcing. To drive our action plan, we had to ensure that we regroup all our stakeholders and they are all fully aligned, which means finance, CSR, Orange Innovation, sourcing, technical team in each BU, all of them have to be synergized together, and this is what I am working upon. A complete governance frame has been set up, enabling to ensure that each of the energy equation terms are covered and put under control to ensure we drive together to achieve our 2025 and 2040 energy objective. Last but not least, energy objectives are also part of the incentive plan of Orange Group top managers and all Orange France employees.
Can you tell us some more details about Orange's approach to evaluating its energy efficiency performance, both from an environmental and an economic perspective, and kind of share with us some of the key KPIs that you've defined?
Yes, we have set up a complete frame of audited financial and usage energy data points to ensure we can pilot our action and also report transparently and rigorously on it. This is quite important because it has been done in such a way we cannot be suspected of greenwashing and that our energy action plan are really delivering on net zero carbon. And we are aligned with SBTi target on this, indeed. So the first KPI is the economic efficiency, we call it ENOV. So it's a ratio between the ITN energy OPEX on revenue. It's very easy to understand. Everyone can understand that if we degraded ENOV, we degraded the EBITDA. The second set of KPI are technical KPI. It's around technical efficiency. And the first one is the RAN kilowatt-hour per gigabyte of traffic. This KPI is very important to ensure we are improving our efficiency. The second technical efficiency KPI is PUE, data center power usage effectiveness. It's very well known, and we have access to worldwide benchmark on this KPI. Last but not least, the fourth KPI is the ecological efficiency called RER, so the ratio of renewable energy. It's really allows us to drive if we are really decarbonating correctly our energy.
How does Orange Group guide the different operating companies to implement the specific energy action plan? And can you give us some examples to illustrate the program and its results so far?
Yes, thanks for this questions. In fact, we have been working since long on IT and energy efficiency. It's not a brand new program. It's already more than 5 years old program. And to ensure we leverage across all our operation, we have set up an energy action plan and energy action plan dashboard where we report progress and benchmark between our business units against the major common identified actions. As you can see, the action items are really encompassing all aspects of energy usage. RAN, fixed access network, data center, tertiary buildings, vehicle, sourcing, big data energy, and so on, and so on, and so on. It's really a 360 view of the action plan. Through the quarterly review, we can understand the progress made by each of our business units and challenge or support them as need be in order to ensure we will continue to progress together. It's also a way to exchange good ideas between countries and benchmark. All this is shared back. We make quarterly restitution, enabling everyone to understand where it's good, where it can progress, what are the efforts needed. So from all this work done across the group, I'm quite proud of the result achieved in the Orange Group. In fact, in 2021, we succeed in Europe in breaking the curve, which means flat energy usage despite a 30% traffic growth. So it's quite a success. And also, thanks to a wise energy sourcing strategy, we were nearly flat in terms of energy cost. Of course, in 2022, it's going to be a little more difficult.
And what are your requirements and expectations from partners and suppliers when it comes to supporting Orange to reach this net zero carbon emissions goal?
In 2022, we will continue to strengthen our energy governance, building on the good results achieved already. Some of the key challenges we are working upon are to continue to find, with our supplier support, improvement in technical energy efficiency. It's a never-ending story. We have to continue to work on it. And with this, we expect to be able to maintain the flat energy usage despite the traffic growth or the geographic coverage growth. To further enhance our energy sourcing capability, we will also in Europe accelerate on the building of a complete PPA portfolio, power purchase agreement, so as to secure our long-term green energy sourcing and cost. In the Middle East and Africa, we are working hard to support the evolution of the regulatory framework in order to enable PPA, which is still not possible in most of the country, or at least to be able for us to support the deployment of solar farms. For all our operation, to better master our scope 1 and 2, energy forecast capability is something very important, both in terms of usage and carbon footprint. Last but not least, we are building up our capability to track and report on our scope 3 carbon footprint. This is indeed a cross-industry challenge. We are each other data point scope 3 for each other. So I have to supply my data point to the telco supplier need my data point to calculate their scope 3. So we have to work together to create a common way of working and common and easy and simple enough way of reporting mutually on our carbon contribution. This is, I think, an industry's challenge. This is something we have to work upon in order to be able to really have audited, certified Scope 3 calculation on the whole ecosystem.
And in terms of other industries, how do you view Orange's role in enabling these other industries to meet their own environmental and sustainability targets?
It's a good question. As you know, as it has been published, in fact, we estimate that the telco industry is enabling about 10 times more gain in carbon footprint compared to what we are generating. In fact, in Orange, we have a strong belief that digital can be a strong enabler for our customer to reach their carbon and environmental sustainability targets. This is the enablement effect. Our fixed and mobile network connectivity services, for example, allow for a wide range of third parties to develop green applications. In addition, teaming up with technology partners, small or well-established, we are building a solution for green portfolio, a set of solutions with demonstrable positive impact on the environment. In this portfolio, we will first find solutions to reduce the environmental footprint of IT, so the called green IT. For example, virtualization service hosted in best-in-class data center, eco-design IT services, the development of websites or mobile apps which use green coding inside to reduce the energy impact, service auditing on our customer applicative landscape for reducing their energy and hardware requirements, management of corporates' mobile fleet lifecycle that include repair, refurbishment, reuse, and recycling of devices. And in addition of all this, we are also offering horizontal or vertical applications, such as enriched interaction and collaboration solution, allowing secure and efficient teleworking, information exchange, minimizing commuting and business travel. We all know this very well after the COVID times. Our ocean fleet management, whose adoption allows 15 to 20% reduction in fuel consumption thanks to eco-driving and reduced mileage, or smart metering of energy or fluids to track usage in near real time, detect any abnormal pattern, such as overconsumption of electricity or water leak, for example, in order to take remedial actions.
I mean, there's clearly many challenges, but there's also a lot of good work being done. So thank you very much for your time today and taking the time to speak with me on such an important topic.
Thank you, Harry. It was my pleasure.